Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mallory. If you'd like to become one of my pals, it's super simple. Hit that subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you don't miss out on future videos. If you are a returning pal, welcome back. Either way, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, say hello, spread some love, and if you saw my last video, which I believe would be me showing you all of my, if you're hearing some crazy noises in the background, that'd be my cat Squeaky. I'm showing you all my plants and kind of explaining what I do. I was a one-man band that day, so I'm going to throw this out there. If you would like to see me watering my plants, using some tools, if you want more than what that last video was about, I can have my mom be the camera man, the camera lady. She's tried in the past, y'all. If you've been here long enough, you know she will film things and it's upside down, it's backwards. I really need to teach her how, to work the camera. And once I do, hopefully then I can create a little bit of more interesting content. I have some things to show you. So I have here a pen, which is green. Hold on, let's start with this pen. I got a pack of pens. Ooh, it says flower. And there's flowers. I don't know how well you can see on this pen. This is a green one. I have like 2 shades of blues, a pink, there might be a yellow. It came in like a little pack, and these are interesting. I don't know how much y'all care about pens, but they look interesting. The way they write is interesting, but they write pretty like smoothly. These are kind of nice. I don't know the brand offhand, but I know I got them off of Amazon. I was looking for something flowery, garden-like, tropical, anything like that. And so I thought, well, green goes with green. Let's be cute and coordinate. And then I got this plant queen. Look at this. Like all the tropical stuff going on. We got some hibiscuses, a little bird of paradise, and this says house plant care tracker. Because what was happening is I would water the plants and then my mom couldn't tell or wouldn't know if I had watered, and then she'd water the plants and it's like, oh, they're getting a wee bit overwatered, or it takes me a bit late to get my day, it takes me later than her to get my day started. More on that in a different video if you want. But just know that, like, trying to wake up and trying to get out of bed, trying to stand and walk and all of that, it takes a good while. So I might not be ready to, get to a physical activity like watering the plants until like 3 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And so she'll think I'm not doing it, and she'll do it, earlier in the day, and then I'm like about to, and she catches me. She doesn't catch me. She was looking for me the other day and found me on the lanai. And I said, oh, I just came out here to water the flowers and the plants, and I was gonna, get my watering can and fill it up and all of that. And she said, oh, I already watered the plants. I didn't know if you were like keeping up. So I said, well, let's keep track. And I didn't want just any plant journal. I wanted one that, well, A, belongs to me, and B, that was fun and on theme with all things Hawaiian and tropical. And so I've made a list. It's not too big of a list, but I'd like to add to it down the road, because I do kind of see myself like always having some type of a garden in my life. So I made a note, don't water the desert plants, because there's those 2 plants with the pretty pink flowers on it, and one day I was like, these are really dry, And I gave them a lot of water. And my mom said, "You didn't water those, did you? Because those are desert plants and they only need a little bit, like every 3 weeks." I said, "Well, we're good for 3 weeks." Like, so luckily they're still doing great. No harm, no foul, but lesson learned. In case I didn't mention that in the last video. So I got my list of plants, and then this is what the pages look like. There's this page, and then behind it, this is the next page. So I've written down the name of the plant so I know what I'm working with. I don't remember when I bought everything because it's like, ooh, when did you buy it? When did you repot it? If you did, like a picture of it. I'm like, we don't need to put a picture. But it's nice that spots there. I like that for lighting, soil. If it's something that is strictly inside, and at this moment in time we only have one live plant in the condo, everything else is out on the lanai. It tells you to place it in either the north, south, east, or west part of a window, or maybe like within your home. If you're trying to figure out which window to put a plant in, a little spot to jot down some notes, which is always important: soil, moisture requirements, water type, and fertilizer. So I'll just give a quick little rundown on my ice cream banana plant. That is what it's called. And it's the one that lives in the kitchen. Why? I don't know. So it needs direct sunlight, at least like a minimum of 8 to 6 hours of sunlight. And I'm pretty sure because it's near a window, it's getting sun. I want to double check that. As far as soil goes, it needs fast draining. So, you fill it up, everything's wet, watered, but then that's probably self-explanatory. Moisture requirements: keep moist, so don't let the soil go dry. Again, that would require regular watering. But I've been kind of doing an every other day thing, but I might want to bump that up. Water type: rain water or filtered tap. So I'll tell you my little tip and my little trick. So it needs to be fertilized once a month, and it's not been fertilized since we've had it. So probably want to look into that. So it needs more water and hotter weather. So if it was outside, and the sun was beating on it, then yes, water it more. Slow release fertilizer that's high in potassium, which makes sense because it is a banana tree, for the fertilizer. So because it needs filter tap, and it wasn't doing good, it looked like it was gonna die, it was looking a little ooh. I started using the ice cube method. Some of you may be familiar with just plopping a couple of ice cubes. I may have talked about that in my last video, but I may not have shown y'all. So if you would like to see ice cubes and what I do, then let me know down below so I can fill up one of my ice cube molds and let them freeze and show you the magic of that. So I get ice from the fridge because I know that's coming from filtered water, because there's a filter that's been replaced a couple of times in the refrigerator. The thing on the door, you just and then I take those ice cubes, I go over but first I use my moisture meter, and the one that I've been using is outside on the lanai because you're sticking it in soil. There's dirt on it. I don't bring it in. If I am going to bring it in to check the ice cream banana plant, I make sure that I'm not bringing in any dirt on that or from my feet. But anyways, I will stick it in, and then I wait a minute. Not maybe a full minute, but I give it, a good couple of seconds, and I wait for the barometer, is that what it's called? The little dial to if this is dry and that's wet, it'll either go, but if it's not at all wet, it might, now we're in the moist zone, or it might, and it's dry. And then I will know it needs water. So I get the ice cubes, and then I put just like a layer covering like every part of the plant so you don't really see the soil, and just let it slowly melt and trickle down into the dirt. And since doing that, that tree, it really, I think, is a tree, we can call it a plant, whatever you like, has gotten taller. The leaves on the top are green and healthy. There's only one that has a slight little like oops. I don't know what that's about, but there are some leaves below it. While the center is still healthy looking and green, it has like that yellow brown edging. And my next plan of action is to do some Googling to see would it be beneficial to the plant to cut off that and remove it or not, because sometimes I think you could harm a plant when you try to remove something that looks a little like ooh. And other times I think it's fine. I just think each plant varies, but luckily a lot of the plants we have require fertilizer that needs a lot of potassium. I was saying to my mom, like, she said the word fertilizer. I said we need fertilizer with lots of potassium, one with what was it? Not potassium. Oh goodness. It was the plumeria cuttings, and I do have 2 plumeria cuttings. I had 4, but you need to give them a week to like completely dry out. There was a little bit of moisture in the packaging. And then some of them just turned because I waited too long, and that was sad. Oh yeah, well, okay, hold on. Did I skip it? I might have skipped it, y'all. So the plumerias need phosphorus. So I said we need fertilizer with a lot of potassium, one with phosphorus, and one that is balanced and high in zinc. And my mom said, are you talking about me? Because my poor mother, I'm not going to go into details. I'll just say she's been going through a lot in regards to her health, and she's been trying to figure out what would help her to feel better or not. And I think it's like, so she was like trying to make, a light of a hard situation. And I said, look, you want fertilizer, I'm not gonna stop you, but I don't recommend for human consumption. So one of the plumeria cuttings looks like it's gonna make it. One looks like it has a problem. So if it doesn't, I want to try next a plumeria seedling, because I feel like since it already has some growth, there's potential for it to really thrive. We do already have one plumeria plant, which I may be forgetting about. I don't think I wrote it down because I'm so focused on my cuttings and will they grow or not. Yes. So, and then there was another tragedy, Izzy, my little baby pineapple. It got a little top heavy, and it was starting to and I don't know how I acquired what looks like tongue depressors or big popsicle sticks, but I had a few. So I used 2 and tried to put the stem of the pineapple in the middle, and then I was struggling. So I used a hair tie and a hair clip and kind of like MacGyvered a support system. While not great, I thought it could hold me over till I could get what I actually needed. So if you want me to try to film me at a nursery, a garden center, or if I feel like it might be fun to go to the botanical gardens and go in the gift shop, see what they have, talk to some of the people that work there to learn more about plants and whatnot. If you want me to film any of that, also let me know. Leave all your comments down below. I did not have the proper things. There was a day where we had tornado warnings, and while we didn't have a tornado, though, it was very, very windy, and the pineapple took a dive. My mom put it back up on the table. I went out to water my plants. We had a lot of rain a couple of days, so this one hibiscus plant wasn't looking very well. I tried to drain out the excess water at the bottom, like in the tray, and it kind of looks like there's still a lot of yellow, but there's more green now, and I'm hoping if it has time to like fully dry out and it hasn't like experienced root rot or anything, that it might pull through. I went over to check, on Izzy, that's the name of my pineapple, and it, and I was like, oh my god, what happened? And the only logical conclusion is that it got too top heavy and it snapped. So I was kind of leaving it alone, and my mom's like, that thing's really dry. I said, it's also missing the pineapple. So she, the loving, kind person that she is, has put the pineapple in a cup of water, and hopefully that will sprout something, and then we can plant that. And then I decided I'm going to water this plant anyways, even though it currently doesn't have a pineapple, in hopes that one might grow. But in the meantime, I might splurge and get myself another pineapple. I don't know. But I did upgrade to this 3-in-1 soil, moisture, light, and pH meter. I love my current one, which is green, and all it does is tell me if a plant needs to be watered or not. But I'm a plant mom now. Again, I was a plant mom in New Jersey. I don't know if I ever shared with you all my succulents and cacti little collection that I had, if you want to call it that. I had the most unique things, and I cared for them greatly and deeply, and they were my pride and joy, along with Squeaky, of course. But there was a tragic incident, and because of that, they couldn't come with me. And also, I didn't really know how we'd be able to wrap them and pack them and have them down here. Moving prickly things, I don't know, it just seemed like it would be a bit difficult, and I always had the dream of like doing that again. And I still would love to have more cacti and succulents and other interesting plants, but I'm also heavily in the Hawaiian tropicalness. So I've upgraded. I still have the other one, which is easy to read. Anyone could read it. My mom could use it if she wanted to check. But what's nice is on this page, it's a plant care log. So I've circled the month of January, and it goes 1 to 31. And there's, I don't know, a box to check next to water, fertilizer, both, report. Oh, I figured it out, y'all. I figured it out. I think if you're gonna dedicate one page to one plant, maybe you could tick off a box. But I also feel like you can't do that every day, so I'm not worrying about that part. But it says plant names, so I wrote down the plant names down this little side here, and then I'll see, okay, like what's today's date, and then I find it, and then I put a check mark next to said plant, which I do need to put the plumeria and all that. But anywho, so this guy right here looks like my green one, but it's not green. We have some imagery. So it says to use, let's see, step 1, so switch to moisture / pH / light, position according to demand. Step 2 is to insert the probe, funny word, into the soil about 2 to 4 inches. Step 3, adjust the position of the probe until the pointer on the dial swings slightly. Check moisture, pH, light level in the dial after 60 seconds. So yeah, like leave it in about a minute. Then remove the probe from the soil and wipe clean after each use. I try to like tap off excess dirt. One day I had a cup with me because I was doing the ice method on something, and so I just would like kind of in the cup. It was specifications. Color is gold. Size, range. Tips and advice. Avoid stones when inserting probe into soil. I don't know exactly what they mean because my aloe plant has crystals in it, so maybe I have to use the other one for that. Never use the meter to test water. It's so like, it's one of those things where it's like, don't press the red button and then you really want to. Like when I first opened my other meter, I wanted to stick it in some water to see if it would go from dry to wet, but it's like, don't do that. It could damage the sensor. Oh, there you go. So let's open this up together. This came, I don't know, I think it arrived yesterday from Amazon.com. There's a few little like cloth to wipe the probe. That's nice. My other one I don't think came with such thing. There's a bunch of different ones on the market. This is a 3-in-1. I've seen like a 4-in-1, like 4-in-1. And some seem a little bit too high tech for me. I don't know why, but I was under the impression that this one was going to be with just the one probe, not the 2, and like my green one, but I could like move the thing and switch it like this, you know, like you could put it where you want it. So this, I don't know, see how that like gauge, whatever they call that, the pointer is like, I know there's a glare, but it does do a little this action. So we have dry, moist and wet. There's dark and light, and then there's alkaline and acidic, which is interesting. And this is what it looks like. I don't know, this feels like cheap plastic. My other one feels sturdier, but I also didn't pay for this one. I used my points. Amazon points. If you know, you know. One of the plants required... Alright, so let me just read this to you. For the water type, there's distilled, filtered, tap, and rainwater. One of the things needed, it was the hibiscus. The hibiscus plants need slightly acidic pH. And they have specific needs during growing season. I've been learning a lot, and I'm going to continue learning and hopefully find my pen. Because I'm like, where did that thing go? Oh, it's around here somewhere. Anywho, we are missing the pen, but we won't worry about it. So, if you want to see me do a little demo with this, let me know. If you like my journal, let me know. You can leave all your comments and your questions down below. Also check out the description box so you can find me on social media. Pop over, say hey. Sometimes I'm pretty active on my stories as myself. Other times I'm just sharing a boatload of reels. or other things depending on which account you're checking out, because I do have 3 Instagram accounts. And there's other fun stuff in the description box. And yeah, leave all your comments, questions, and suggestions down below. And as always, till next time, keep it quirky.